Hello everybody, my name is Bryce Machine Bates from Team Evil Geniuses. This is going to be a replay review brought to you by evilgeniuses.net. Today's replay is going to be a Zerg vs. Terran vs. Dignitas Select on Entombed Valley, so let's go ahead and jump into the game. Alright, let's get this started. Entombed Valley, you know, it's not really a terrible map for Zerg, but a lot of Terran players prefer it just because if you look at the natural and the third, it's very easy for Terran to defend. Just sit, you know, a wall up here, a wall here, put bunkers up, and then you can have your pretty quick, easy third, you know, without too much of an issue. Also, because of all the free airspace around the edges of the map, it's a great map for drops. So a lot of Terrans like to, you know, abuse that as well. And also, if you look at the natural, it's actually a very good map for 2-Rex all-ins because you can actually just place a single bunker here, wall a marine inside here, and then bunker towards the natural, picking that off without too big of an issue. So it looks like I will opt for my standard 15 hatchery. This game, I believe, I actually go 16 pool. This is a completely separate build. Notice because I'm not actually drone scouting on 12, I actually don't really care what my opponent's going, if he's going for like a 2-Rex, a 1-Rex, or anything. And I opt to put down my pool at 16, and I should scout to the Zolmaga Watchtower at 17, just looking for a 2-Rex all in. And what this is going to allow me to do, if I build my Overlord at 17 and save larva, is it's going to give me a little bit of a timing window where I can produce 8 Zerglings, and then if my opponent opts to play greedy, doesn't make a bunker, or does some sort of 2-Rex play, I can actually just use the 8 Zerglings to either defend or attack his 1-Rex expand. So as we see here, he's doing very standard 1-Rex expand. I scout the Watchtower, I see nothing, so I'm pretty sure he's not going 2-Rex. I transfer drones to my natural, saving these larvae. And it's not really an all-in or anything, it's just a nice little attack I can do just to throw people off. So queen, my natural, queen, my main. I have my 8 Zerglings in production, and then he's sending this SCV out. And now, because this bunker is being built, it's actually already thwarted my build. He's already should be ahead at this point. He's taking both of his Vespene Geysers, which is exactly what he should be doing. It's just I'm forcing him to play safe, and that's exactly what he's doing. Meanwhile, he's scouting out with his SCV here. My Zerglings are moving out on their way. And other than that, I'm just basically back to drone production. I should start my 3rd and 4th queen after the first 2 queens complete. So, yep, started my 30 Overlord, 4th queen, hopefully, there we go. And I run up here with these Zerglings, scout the bunker, try to move around, get up his wall, unable to do so. And I've just sacrificed a lot of resources and a lot of larvae for nothing, so not really in the greatest of positions here. But, you know, I'm not really in an awful situation either. Look at the harvester count, I'm up 24 to 21, 25, and I'm rapidly, you know, increasing that number as well. So, 3rd queen completes, 4th queen completes as well, spread the creep between my main and my nat. Pick off his SCV. So pretty standard game compared to the other one, other than obviously the initial lost Zerglings. And I want to try to spread this creep to my 3rd right now. Looks like I'm opting for the extremely early 3rd play. Took both my Vespene Geysers at 44. At around 50 supply here, I'm going to go ahead and take this expansion. Should be followed by an extremely early Roach Warren, because Roaches, in my opinion, are the only safe way to really defend and secure this expansion. Upgrade, you know, you can't really just take this early 3rd and then put down a really fast double evo without a Roach Warren and go, you know, massling and upgrades and defend Hellion timings. But this Roach Warren will defend any sort of Hellion timing. And if you see here, double reactor Hellion, that's exactly what he's opting to do. You know, double reactor Hellion's considered, you know, all into some, just because you're dedicating a lot of resources and you basically have to try to get inside your opponent's mineral line. Not that it's extremely hard to do so, but you know, this isn't something you can sit back and just defend with. So, third and fourth queen, still just spreading creep, waiting for this third base to get up. I have my initial 5 defensive roaches on the way. Secured this watchtower. He's going to clear it with these 2 Hellions. I have a Zergling, or an Overlord at his third, just looking for his third, and now I'm actually just going to sack this Overlord, trying to scout his tech. Put down my 2 evolution chambers after my roach warren, or after my roaches are out. And I should be using them to try to clear out these Hellions. And get a few shots off, but nothing really major. Meanwhile, third's complete. I can start sending drones to it, producing drones for it. And he's going to basically just build up his Hellion count here and then go as soon as he can. Yeah, probably as soon as these 4 hit. So he's sending a single roach out. He's doing a very good job of not showing them all to me. Showing me 1 or 2, and then running around the side. And so I do have roaches kind of in position, but he will be running by here into my natural. But a lot of these drones just fell, but at the same time, it's not really an all-in by him, but he has to do a good amount of damage with it. So I'm just doing a good job trying to pull my drones, not line anything up so you can get maximum splash. And if you look, I think it's Control R. They actually lost 12 workers here. Still could possibly lose more. So, you know, it's obviously not the best it could have gone, but it's not really going to cause me to lose the game at this point. Because I have map control, I can actually just focus all of my production now on producing drones. I don't really have to worry about any other follow-up pressure from him because I have this big group of roaches at this point. So I should be droning this third, should be going up in my tech, which I am, infestation pit, macro hatchery. Should take the Vespene Geysers at my third as soon as I get a few more drones here. And then just focusing on spreading this creep still. Meanwhile, he doesn't actually have a third yet. He's just now getting up all of his production facilities, starting his 1-1 upgrades. And my 1-1's about to complete. Patching glands on its way. Need these Vespene Geysers. And yeah, now we can see the harvester count starting to rise pretty high. I put down the spore crawlers initially because I scouted the early Hellions, and it's pretty common for Terrans to go Hellion into Banshee, especially on like this map or the bigger maps, just to deny creep spread, allow themselves to attack and do damage, and if the Zerg doesn't react properly, it can do a lot of damage. But now that I recognize it's not Hellion into Banshee, I wanted to push them into a more useful spot. So by using them to defend drops, it just gets more use out of them. His third is down, my fourth's down, I'm spreading my creep. I've started my hive tech, started my spire, started a second armor upgrade. Should be followed by a third here pretty shortly, and a baneling nest as well, because I scout that he's still going biocentric. A lot of people go double reactor Hellion into mech, but he is not opting to do that. So I want to have that baneling nest along with my infestors to try to just have a good composition at dealing with this bio mech again. So fourth is almost up, still spreading creep. I'm scouting out for a fourth, just making sure he's not trying to take any sort of undefended fourth. I've started my burrow, infestor production, and hive is just about to complete, so I should be able to start that greater spire just on time. And I do need to drone for this fourth. It's very important that I secure the Vespene Geysers at the fourth as quickly as possible. And because he's opting to just kind of play defensive, he's allowed me to really just kind of get back in here, get my macro going, spread my creep very efficiently. And so he's forced to siege up here, where's the scan, and start trying to push my creep from all the way out here. And because I scout him on his way, I can just, once again, just start up my unit production. I've already got a pretty decent army to defend with anyway, with these early roaches, Lingbane, and then a few infestors. So I might want to delay my corruptor production for a bit, which I am. I'm just going to use those resources to fend off this bush. Need to also definitely drone up the Vespian guys with the 4th. The minerals aren't nearly as important as the Vespian. And because I know he's going to push my 4th here, I need to get a good surround. So you'll notice here in my unit placement, I put about half my army here, some of my army over here. I recognize he's already sieged up, so I'm going to move back, try to maybe clear this watchtower, hit a good fungal. Could have been better. And now that I realize most of his army's up here, I need to just push back, hit one more really good fungal actually. And his army's pretty weak. He's going to have to take a few minutes to heal up if he wants to actually engage. And looks like he actually just still wants to commit. He's rallying more and more resources, or more units, so he's not too worried about defending here. I clean up these tanks that I scout with the watchtower. I recognize that he's going to use the bio to defend, so I place my infestors in a good position to do so. And now I can swarm him from both sides. I catch him unsieged. Move command. Lost an infestor there. Not so good. But I defend the attack quite easily. And now I have more, I have plenty of time to just go ahead, start up my Broodlord production. So you'll see I just instantly queued 6 Corruptors, got that Baneling speed on the way, a few more infestors on the way. And I'm scouting for a 4th. I have this Burrowed Zergling here. That's going to tell me exactly when he takes it. It's also going to force him to scan when he does so. So that's going to waste some resources there. And now I need to start pushing this creep spread out again and also secure a 5th. You can typically secure a 5th once your Broodlords are out on the field. Before then, it's very difficult to do so. My 3rd armor probably should be followed by my 3rd melee here quite quickly. And I have the supply advantage, I have the income advantage. Actually, I don't, but I should. Well, I guess I do with the Vespian guys at my 5th. Now I'm just kind of waiting to build up this Broodlord Corruptor force so that I can pressure his 4th, and just use it to my advantage. Also use it to secure this 5th. And once I have this 5th, then I can produce so many Broodlords, so many infestors. It'll be extremely difficult for him to deal with. Now look here, just by burrowing the Zergling at his 4th, I'm really just not only wasting scans, but he's wasting a lot of mining time because he didn't recognize it immediately. He's losing a lot of efficiency on his units, and he's just unable to mine from this base. It's also going to force him to pull, once again, just use that scan. And so now, scouted out, his units are here. Going to try to push into them with my Broodlords. It's my big tech advantage at the moment because his Viking count's so low, it's going to be extremely difficult for him to deal with. So he pushes in here, engages, hit my fungals, and then fall back with most of my bio, the Zergling Roach. And I basically want to force him to either unsiege to where I can engage, or he's just going to start pounding his own units with his siege tanks. Now here he overcommits, falls too far out of tank range. I'm able to hit my fungals, and then I can get in, kill off most of the tanks, hit more bio fungals on this bio. And when a Terran loses all their tanks like that, that's extremely expensive. Oh, I need to put a fungal there. I do so. And yeah, this has just been a really cost-effective engagement for me. But now that my units are getting lower and lower, low amounts of Broodlords are not very efficient. It's very difficult to deal with. So I actually should be falling back now. I just have a single Broodlord, and I probably do. Meanwhile, I've just been rallying more and more Corruptors. I realized that this isn't really help me at this point. I have this 5th up, so I need to just fall back. A single Broodlord's never going to take out like a whole lot of bio. So that's exactly what I do. I regroup my infestors. If you look at production tab, I have more and more infestors producing because I only have these initial 4 and they're out of energy. It's very important to have infestors with your Broodlords. Like just pure Broodlord Ling or Broodlord Corruptor is never going to be enough to deal with bio Terran. So, starting my first air armor upgrade after that timing. Should be starting melee here soon. Oh, looks like I lost my natural to a drop, but I cleaned it up. And just focusing on pushing the creep across the map. Here, now here. And one thing I definitely need is to produce a lot of static here. Yeah, definitely. Because obviously this is like a high priority base for him to kill at this point. If I'm able to secure this 5th, I pretty much have the game won as long as I'm able to deny this 4th. which it looks like I will be able to do. So I just put a whole lot of spine crawlers and spores here just to defend. Now I force a lift on his fourth. He recognizes he's not going to be able to kill it, so he counters simultaneously. I once again burrow Zergling at this fourth. I'm going to waste his actions, waste his scans. Burrowed Baneling here, but he doesn't really walk over it. And that's because he has to push on a creep once again. He's allowing me more than enough time to get a good engagement, so I wait for these infestors and then I go. Hit a good fungal on his bio. The Baneling should clean it up, no problem. Yep. And then fall back once infestors get within range of the siege tanks because I realize I'm going to kill it off. And now once again I still have these Broodlords. I can just turn them back around, try to hit this fourth once again. And now I have this fifth up. Plenty of Zerglings and Banelings here to defend. And I'm just going to try to hit that drop on my fourth, or my fifth. Still just trying to get my Broodlords in position to attack. And he's got nothing here to defend. He doesn't have nearly enough units to do so. So he should be forced to lift once again, or just have the baseball. So he tries his best here, tries to have the engagement. Run my Banelings towards the bio, split them up, hit fungals on the bio. Throw down some infested Terrans just to pick off the Vikings and the medevacs. And that's exactly what they do. Meanwhile, he's got this drop at my fifth, but it got cleaned up. Didn't really lose a ton of drones. And I have Zerglings scouting out for his fifth, so he recognizes he can't even hide a base at this point. I have everything scouted. He's behind in resources. He's behind by about 76 supply, and he's forced to GG. Alright guys, thank you very much. Once again, my name is Bryce Machine Bates from Team Evil Geniuses. This has been a replay review brought to you by evilgeniuses.net. If you guys like this, you can check out this and more at evilgeniuses.net. Take care.